Hi, guys. Welcome back to Vacation Bible Stories. I'm Mrs. Ackery, and this is Mrs. McCullough with me. And today we're going to learn about, drumroll, Adam and Eve.
This story is called Liar, Liar, Pants on Fire, and it has a little bit of a discussion with Satan and Adam and Eve. And this can be found in Genesis chapter 3. Enjoy.
And welcome to the Garden of Eden, that is. You can read about it at the beginning of the Bible. My name is Satan. You might think of me as a no-good trickster. That I am. Tonight, I'm going to tell you about my greatest and most famous trick of all time. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. I call it the Adam and Eve Super Duper Deceive. Before I tell you all about it, I'm going to need a volunteer. Is there a girl who could come up and help me?
Me?
Oh!
Me? Can I?
Now, you'll be Eve.
Okay.
This trick is very simple. All you have to do is take a bite of this fruit. That fruit right there on the table. Looks tasty, doesn't it? And that's not all. Not only is it delicious, but it will turn you into an instant smarty pants. I promise.
Liar, pants on fire!
Okay, now wait a minute. There's no need for yelling and name calling here. God put all these beautiful trees here in the garden, didn't he?
Yes!
So it's totally fine for Eve to eat whatever she wants, right?
No!
Well, anyway, God gave Adam and Eve the whole garden, but said to eat the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. That fruit right there, that was from that tree. But let's just get on with the Adam and Eve super duper deceive trick. Go ahead, Eve, take a bite. So Eve took a bite of the fruit and she loved it. In fact, she loved it so much that she called Adam to come and taste it too. Who wants to be my next volunteer? I need a boy this time.
Me!
Oh, right there he is. Thank you so much for helping me out. You'll be Adam. I promise I won't hurt you. I promise.
Liar, pants on fire!
Okay, that's starting to get annoying. Now, Eve didn't want to be selfish, so she shared the fruit with Adam.
Yummy!
Well, at least I didn't buy about everything. Taking a bite out of fruit did make Adam and Eve because they both realized they didn't have a stitch of clothing on. So they tried to hide from God. Well, even though Adam and Eve disobeyed God, God still loved them and covered them with clothing. But Adam and Eve had to leave the gorgeous garden. God told me that because I performed my tricks, I was now cursed to crawl on the ground. And it wasn't even my fault. I promise.
Liar, pants on fire!
So you're going to take God's side on this, huh? I see. Well, if it hadn't been for someone named Jesus who came later, you and I could have still had a great time doing our tricks together. I promise.
Liar, pants on fire!
Oh, forget it.
Hi everybody. I'm here to read a story to you that's called The Snake, the Tree, and Me. And this story is by Eve. My name is Eve. My husband Adam and I lived in this beautiful garden called Eden. It's full of lush green trees, soft grass, and lots of tasty things to eat. It's perfect. Eden had everything that I could ever need. Everything? Said a voice behind me. I turned and saw a snake coiled around a branch. He was a handsome creature with sharp eyes. He looked very smart. Pardon me for interrupting, said the snake, but you don't have everything that you could ever want. I said, I have a soft place to sleep, a man who loves me, and I never go hungry. God has given me everything I need. What about the big fruit tree in the middle of the garden? The snake asked. I got a little knot in my stomach thinking about that tree. God said, if we eat that fruit, we'll die, I said. The snake laughed. Then he slithered closer and whispered, that's silly. God knows you won't die. He also knows it's the best fruit in the garden. The best fruit, I wondered? Is that true? Oh, yes. God didn't tell you the special secret about that tree? If you eat that fruit, you'll see amazing things. You'll be able to tell good from evil, just like God himself. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be like God? Said the snake. Wow, I thought. God is super powerful and he's very wise. I wanted to be wise and powerful just like God. And that fruit did look delicious. It made my mouth water just thinking about it. How about one little bite? Hissed the snake. Just a taste. The choice is yours. I couldn't take my eyes off that tree. If I didn't try that fruit, I wouldn't be able to think about anything else for the rest of my life. So I took some of the fruit and had a bite. It was so good. I called to my husband, Adam, you have to try this. What is it? It's the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. It's the best thing I ever tasted, I told him. But isn't that the tree we're not supposed to eat from? Adam asked, looking around nervously. I took a bite and I didn't die, I said. So Adam closed his eyes and took a bite too. I couldn't wait for his reaction. But when Adam opened his eyes, he looked afraid. He covered his face and tried to hide. In an instant, we both knew we had made the wrong choice. We felt so ashamed. After that, God kicked us out of his beautiful garden. Even though God still cared about us, our life got really, really hard. I sure wish I had made the right choice and obeyed God. I was so ashamed. I had everything going for me, and I blew it. I can't blame the snake. Not really. God had told me what was right and wrong, but I thought I knew better. Sometimes our choices are fun and easy, but sometimes making the right choice isn't easy. I learned that the hard way. Thankfully, God still loves me anyway. In spite of our wrong choices, God's love for us never stops. How about you? When have you made a bad choice? What happened? How would things have been different if you made the right choice? Think about that.